Well, where you left off, you were surveying the smoldering wreckage of what you have done, the things you've achieved. Below you is a chasm splitting open the mare of dead men from east to west out to the ocean. There is a thick smell of smoke and dirt and must wafting up from the swamp. But you're sailing high above it as the sun rises in the east. You're all aboard 3 dragons. Ilka and Zay are aboard Jill, the white dragon. Lark, you are on a gold dragon, his name you don't know. And Scoot, you are borne aloft by a black dragon with mottled silvery scales.
Nice.
What are you all doing right now? What's the vibe check right now?
I'm probably securing, making sure I got real good hold of this thing in this bag. What was it again?
It's the phylactery.
The phylactery. That's
yeah.
Thank you. I thought it was a P, but I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
So I got the phylactery in a bag of holding.
Right.
Is the holding dimension still corrupted? Do I know if it's even going to be in there?
We don't know. Like, there's a chance that that elder dragon could steal it from the other side. We haven't talked about him lately, but I think it's fair to assume that he's still stealing stuff from the other side.
Probably interested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we sent him a phylactery full of dragon souls.
I mean, he's not trying to create a dragon lich, we assume.
Yet.
He'd be too old and wise to do something irresponsible like that.
Yeah. So I'm holding onto that bag of holding, probably stashing it wherever it was, and then real gingerly, real politely, and really honorably keeping hold of this black dragon that I don't want to upset.
Mm-hmm. It does seem like it has kind of an intense vibe, and it kind of cranes its head around a little towards you and says, "Don't worry, it's all right. You can hold on."
I still got that spider climb effect on me
Yeah,
too. So
sure.
how can I go crazy with it?
Yes.
I'm wherever you're not supposed to ride a dragon. Then now I'm going to start up towards the head. Not like between the wings, but I'm going to get up towards the neck a little bit. Maybe can I surf?
Are you obstructing its vision or just
No.
getting up on top? Okay.
No, just like going. I always see
You can
people
totally surf it. Yeah.
riding dragons like right between the wings. Oh, I'm teen wolfing this dragon.
Oh my goodness.
I'm teen wolfing a dragon right now.
It feels so good. And like the muck and the stench is just like blown away, like top to bottom, Scoot, as you crest through the sky.
Oh,
Cleansed.
this is amazing! You're an amazing dragon. Thank you so much for this.
Says, "You're welcome." Very professional.
And I'm rocking, but hopefully silently now.
What about the rest of the crew?
Horns in the air.
I have ridden a dragon before.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, you have.
I'm probably like snuggling down one ear against the scales. I want to listen to the dragon's heartbeat.
Sort of a Jurassic Park thing, kind of just feeling it free.
Sure.
Okay, it's elevated. She seems even more angry than the other two. Jill is just driven by adrenaline right now.
I have to know, what is a dragon's elevated heart rate?
I'm so bad at reading off heart rates.
Okay.
Faster than a human's.
Okay.
They have 2 hearts, we'll say.
Oh.
So it's just like... bum.
Time lords.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no, Scott's background's coming in.
Mhm.
It's like, what's the
Flashbacks.
EKG look like?
What's a horse's resting heart rate? Feels like that'd be a kind of a
Yeah, at a
starting
0.
place.
Yeah, I'm not a farm vet. I don't know. I'm going to look it up, though, after this episode.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a fact I need to know now.
A dragon's resting heart rate and
Yeah.
active heart rate. I want to know
And now they have 2 hearts. That's canon, so I'll have to figure that out.
how do you get to the fat burning zone as a dragon? All
Yeah.
right.
They're always there.
My dragon is in ketosis.
Yeah. Just pure protein. That makes sense.
This is what it must feel like when anything musical comes up for you. My background just fills right in.
I can't turn it off.
Larkin Zay, ¿qué pasa?
I grip my locket and I communicate with Zelopharn and say, Zelopharn, we have a phylactery of dragon souls and we want to be on our way to you. Do you know how we can best get to the Citadel?
He's like, holy cow, guys, that's amazing. I think probably the best way to get to the Citadel is using one of the Concord jewels, the same way that we got there last time. I don't know of any other way, honestly.
Okay. And we set I look at Ilka and I say, do you think Neverember found a way for us to get to the Citadel yet?
It's worth a shot. Never Ember. I truly don't know where else we would go to get at a Concord jewel.
Well,
the Spiral Cavern was the last one that we took
It's
But-
still
by
Wasn't-
Amphail, which is kind of in roughly where we are. Aren't we near Amphail?
You're west of Amphale. By dragon, not too long, maybe half a day's flight.
I thought it wasn't there.
It wasn't
when
there
you
the
went
last
back.
time we were there. Yeah.
Okay.
But you know that they're anchored to a certain point.
Oh,
so if it ever
so
comes
it
back,
may return.
right,
That's the
It
bus
wasn't like
stop.
stolen.
Mhm.
right.
I've been under the impression someone took it. Okay,
If it's gone, the implication is that it would be at the Radiant Citadel.
got it.
So how often does it come back?
How
You know,
often
are we
does someone
waiting-
take it?
Sure. Is it
Yeah.
a matter of days, or do we camp for a month for this rock to come back?
Celefarn, if you know if the Amphale stone is at the Citadel, can you send it back?
Honestly, guys, I've been stuck in the Preserve of the Ancestors. I have no idea what's going on outside.
Oh, can you send a message for us?
I'll try. What's the message?
That we need the Amphale rocks.
Concord
grape.
grape rocks.
You need the Amphale grape nuts? What?
Yes.
Yep, exactly. Send it along.
Okay. That won't get misconstrued at all.
No.
There's 5 beautiful bowls of cereal when we arrive.
Is
Really
Am-
rich in fiber.
Is Amalia? Are we following her? Are we saw her flying off into the sunset? Is she heading towards?
Sunrise. So you're kind of circling over the wreckage right now. The Jolly Gents and other various cultists are clambering up out of the muck of the mire. And to the east, like fading away into a distant pinprick, is what was the Dracolich and Amalia flying eastward.
Eastward towards Amphale?
Possibly.
Oh, she's going to beat us for sure then.
Well, but her dragon is like going through a weird transmorphing, like there's
Yeah.
bones hanging off of it, and
And we
Yeah.
did stop it a little bit, so
Yeah.
it can't be in the best shape.
it's maybe flying really slowly.
I'm feeling resurrection sickness.
Oh, nice.
That's what's going to be.
Do you have vision issues?
No, I'm saying the dragon's got that.
Oh, I
I'm
see.
great.
Okay.
Mine was just a minor thing that happened during some superficial trial.
I see.
So that wasn't even a real death
That's a good point.
as far as the Wikipedia has recorded it.
For what it's worth, the dragon and Amalia do seem very far away for how much time it's been, as if they are moving quite quickly.
Oh,
So
never mind. Then that dragon's fine.
We could hunt them down. Just throwing options out there. Hollering these options, I guess, so the others can hear us. Like you can hear what I'm saying.
Right.
Say. We could hunt them down, or we could go get the rock.
the dragons like form up in a V.
I think they both go. They're both in the same direction. Let's head east.
East.
Solid.
What about the
Hey.
Jolly Gents? The Ripples?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Do they need our
Head to
support?
Amphale, everyone. See you in a few weeks.
I mean, I think if anything, we would send them back to our headquarters, maybe.
We don't want to bring them with us. We're tired of thinking of the logistics of 15 people following us around.
Well, when we're on Dragonback, yes.
Yeah.
How many bodies can a dragon hold?
Depends on how many hearts it has.
These small ones can hold 2.
Great. So we can't go down and scoop up 15 people.
Not with these 3 dragons, no.
Yeah, and the only way we had to communicate with them was that one signal. And then now, if we want to talk to them, we have to go to them.
I mean, they are just like down there. You know,
Right,
it's
so
not
we could
impossible.
just...
I'll swing down there if my dragon seems like they want to have some fun doing that. Go
They
down.
don't seem like they're having much fun. They're very much just like business-like.
All right. Hey, excuse me, dragon,
Yes.
sir or ma'am.
Sir.
Can I get your name, please?
Grage.
Grage. I just want to know how to address you. Grage, I'd love to get down towards that group of people down there just to yell a quick message at them before we take off.
Very well.
All right.
And it dive bombs. Like, good thing you're stuck to it.
Oh,
because
yeah.
It's not wasting any time.
Oh, yeah.
Like a falcon. Whoosh. And where are you aiming for? Little Joan or?
Yeah,
just
probably.
kind of
Yeah, close to Little Joan, yeah.
Okay, so she's leading a group of ripples that they're kind of, they've captured a couple cultists and they're sort of looting the castle and surrounding area where there's stuff to loot, and they're kind of piling up their supplies on the dry spot towards where the heart of the swamp used to be, kind of on the edge of this chasm. So they sort of wave you down, and as you get closer,
Yep.
What do you say or what do you do?
I'd say it looks like that big mean dragon is heading to the east. We think towards Amphale. I'm saying this to Little Joan.
Oh, do you know what it's doing there?
We haven't figured that out yet. We had think it has something to do with this phylactery we found, but we're gonna dart off, head that way. We can't take everybody.
Okay, so this was all intentional? Is everything going according to plan? Where are we at? Quick. Looking for an update, Scoot.
I give a thumb up.
Thumbs up back.
Yep. I'm standing on the dragon with one leg now. I got one leg in the air, just showing off a little bit. Just like, yeah, so we're going to head that way. It looks like you're doing good work here. We're going to be heading towards Amphale. If you go there and you can't find us, head back to, where's our latest hideout?
Neverwinter.
Neverwinter.
Renair did offer you guys like the full might of Neverwinter if you achieved this mission that you did. That was his promise in exchange for doing this.
Wait,
Ooh.
which mission?
Like going down and dealing with the dragons and finding out what's going on south of
Alright.
Neverwinter.
All right.
So maybe we do check in.
Yeah.
Or send her to do it for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I say, okay, sounds like head up to Neverwinter. Let Rainier know that we got this mostly done. I would say this goes in the completed file.
Yeah, if figuring out what was going on was
Completed-ish.
the mission. We've got like a half check mark.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, and the ticker is going up. It's past 51%.
Yeah,
I think we've
yeah.
accomplished more of the goals than not. So I would say hang the banner, mission accomplished. Right, over Neverwinter, and then send the army out towards, I'm guessing we're thinking Amphale right now.
So Little Jones says, it will take us about 5 days on foot to reach Neverwinter, unless we could borrow your spelljamming helm.
We got
Might
dragons,
speed things
so
up a bit.
we're not using it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I'm a part of this conversation,
Yeah,
but
I'm not there,
Justin
yeah.
doesn't object at all.
Yeah, right?
And Scoot, do you have it?
I think I always,
Yeah.
still had it in one of the bags of holding.
You guys can join this conversation if you want to also. It doesn't have to be just Scoot.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Give him the helmet.
All right, I take it out and find Little Joan, and boop.
Okay.
Does
and
do any of the ripples play the guitar?
Many of them dabble.
Nice.
And they also saw you guys cobble together a floating platform back in the Shadowfell, so they actually kind of know how this whole rig operates.
Nice.
So they say, okay, thank you. This will speed things up a bit.
Awesome.
Yeah, excellent.
Well, be safe. You're going right into the heart of enemy territory, so our thoughts will be with you.
Typical.
For justice, ripples.
That's right. For justice. For justice. For justice. They're trying it out. Doing pretty good.
All right, and then we head back up, flying out.
Yeah, I think so.
Unless there's any special loot they have that they want to give us.
No, just like random supplies.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Oh,
Eastward ho.
Did you get any information from the cultists you captured?
About what? Not
About
much yet.
Any,
no.
and anything about what their plans might be, what they were supposed to do in the case, that things were successful, not successful?
No, these are the cowardly ones that fled early.
Oh.
We just laid a trap and took them prisoner.
Oh. All right. We probably don't want them in the ripples then. Nah. They can go back to farming.
They've got their own issues to figure
Yeah,
out.
yeah. Yeah, it sounds like they chalk this up to not our problem.
Somebody else's problem field.
Nice reference.
So,
I'm going to address my red dragon really quick. Excuse me, your resplendence. How should I address you?
you may call me Augentis, young one.
I'm so honored to meet you, Augentis.
You should be.
Yes, and I agree.
You said red?
Yeah,
Gold.
golden.
Gold. Thank you.
So I explain our plan. That we were thinking of following them. We're guessing that maybe they're going to Amphale, but they seem to be going really fast, even though the large black dragon should be injured. What do you think about that?
I am loth to quarrel with a black Dracolich. However, I trust your judgment, and I will follow where Iglamar leads. That's
Okay.
Jill.
Okay, great. Thank you,
Yes.
Augentis.
You may call me sir.
Thank you, sir. I do a little bow, like a little hat.
It does not
thing.
acknowledge.
Okay.
Where to, team?
Let's go, Jill.
Okay.
Iglamar.
Yeah.
You can call me Jill. It's all right.
Okay.
No biggie.
Amphale ho.
Okay. And whoosh, whoosh, you circle back upwards into the sky. It's mid-morning as you make your way past the edge of the Mare of Dead Men. You can see down below there are groups of lizard folk kind of marshaling along the edge of the swamp, kind of fanning out, trying to figure out what's going on in the heart of the swamp with this huge chasm that just opened up. You see sort of off in the distance from the north and from the south, people like caravans traveling towards the mayor, trying to figure out what just happened. Like the surrounding area has realized that something tumultuous has just gone down and they're trying to figure out what's going on. However, you guys are traveling eastwards towards the mountains, and unimpeded, after about half a day, you make your way over the tops of the Sword Mountains, sort of weaving through the peaks. There's all these jagged spires on the mountains, like knife blades. And your dragons sort of coast down the eastern half of the mountains. And sort of once you get past the tallest of the peaks, you can see that in the distance, there's this just haze of smoke from the direction of where, like, you kind of see the terrain, the Desserin River Valley, and where Amphale would be. And there's tons of smoke, like it's all been just put to the torch. As you get closer, that becomes more and more evident. There's sort of a trail of destruction around the city itself and around the surrounding woods.
Oh, no.
So, whatever that means to you as you go.
What was up there when we, or is it just the front lines now?
Yeah.
It's just been.
Well, the dragons have also been attacking it.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like the front lines of the battle earlier.
Yeah, between Neverwinter and what's the other one?
Waterdeep?
Waterdeep. Thank you. We haven't been there in a while. I put those cities out of my brain real fast.
Well, that conflict fizzled out too, more or less,
Oh, did it?
in the last weeks. Yeah, you sort of helped broker peace between them as you were helping with the chasm situation in Neverwinter.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Another chasm that you guys have dealt with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so this is all dragon damage, we assume.
It does seem that way.
Yeah.
Like, how close are you getting to it?
I mean, I think we flew so fast that we got there immediately. So if you have different opinions, then
Well, I'm trying to gauge like how like stealthy or overt or direct you're being, because this is a dangerous place that you're going into. So that's what I'm wondering is like, what's
but there's only 2 black dragons. One of them's dead, and the other one is half morphed.
So tell me how you're approaching.
Well, Jill's in front, but I thought we were flying right to the spiral cavern.
That was my intention.
Agreed.
Oh, so like right to the cave mouth
Yeah.
on the ground
The
level.
moon hole. Did you guys?
Oh
is
yeah,
that
we
how you
could go through
described
the
it to
moon
me?
hole if
Yeah.
that made sense.
What's it going
I
to be?
always wanted to see a moon hole.
We're following Zay and Ilka on Jill.
To the moon hole.
Okay, as you approach the moon hole, you identify it as a huge round hole on a flat mountain face, as if the bedrock was blown open from the inside. You are greeted by a hail of arrows as you skim close, as if there are many, many archers guarding this hole. Do you just fly right into it, or do you peel away?
I would not fly into the hail of arrows, not knowing the state of dragon scale as armor.
There's usually one weak scale.
I heard stories,
Mhm.
but it's not my skin that'll be pierced, so I don't want to make that call for the dragon.
Sure, and the dragons do peel away and sort of circle up higher out of the range of the arrows.
Yeah.
And they look to you guys like, what do we do? I don't see any sign of the Dracolich. Me neither. Me neither.
What's the closest area with cover? If their surrounding area's all been torched, how far?
Probably the cryptwood, the forest. If you flew low, there's places down there where you could find cover.
Okay.
Otherwise, like up higher into the mountains too.
All right. How far away is that from the center of what used to be Amphale?
Oh, it kind of surrounds the city, at least on the
Oh.
western half of the road.
Okay.
Like it's forest up and down.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So there's lots of places to hide.
Okay. So we could, get into like the park area of Amphale where we could hide.
Not in Amphale, like in the woods surrounding the city, beyond the city line.
Yeah,
So the
that's what-
city's- Yeah. As you so you head that way towards the woods trying to find a sheltered place.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, reasonable.
Yeah, it looks like the city's been burned, melted, like definitely draconic breath has just laid waste to this area.
Yeah.
There were camps, some of them are in rubble, but it looks like the last time you were here there were lots of camps of different military mercenary forces.
Mhm.
Many of them are gone. It's mainly like civilian buildings and facilities that have been destroyed. Farms. that kind of
Really?
thing.
Instrument shops.
Instrument shops.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Sad.
Yep.
Right.
This is where the stay glass was.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. The stag and flag.
Stag and Flag somehow is still there.
There's-
it's the
there's
only
nailed
building
it.
standing.
There's like a stone set of antlers that must be magic in nature because they're totally unblemished. However, you guys are coasting north, away from Amphale, into the woods, where you find a nice, quiet clearing with good shade, and you touch down there.
Yeah. Hop off, sir. Or hop off. Say thank you, sir, for the ride. By this time, I'm holding on tight because my potion is worn off. So for a while, I've just been real hugging.
Snuggly.
just
Okay.
hugging that dragon.
You say thank you, sir, as if you're like parting ways, or
I-
just thank you.
Well, thank you, sir, as like that.
Says you're welcome.
All right. And then
Nice flying.
collect. Yeah. I thought so too.
Jill, how can we get in? The moonhole it was guarded by a bunch of archers. We're trying to get to the Concord Jewel inside.
You're asking Jill?
Yeah.
She says, well, you could try killing all the archers. That's what I would do.
Yeah. I wish that I
That was-
could breathe fire or ice or acid or anything.
The thing is, if we got close enough to breathe on them, we'd probably get hurt pretty bad.
Yeah. Although, I mean, can't you just let the acid drop, like fly way up and then breathe? Like, have one of your acid-breathing dragons just drop
We
acid?
could try. Although I have a feeling they have places to hide too. So if we were taking that,
That's a good point.
And then we scorch the area we got to go to, right?
I've studied tactics pretty closely
Yeah, you
in
would
my
know,
younger days.
You would know way better than us.
She's kind of mystified. She's like, well, I mean, are you saying I should go up there and freeze them all? Because I could try.
Well, I don't want you to get hurt.
Thank you.
Jill, was it your intention to come with us on this journey?
That's a good question. She pauses and says, I haven't really thought that far ahead yet. It's been a really crazy couple of weeks. I honestly, I could use a break from all of this. Maybe find Mr. E.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of my thought about not taking the dragons with us. Granted, they're super powerful, but they do draw a lot of attention.
Plus, those cultists are using some kind of, it's like dragon piss, but it's stronger and headier, and I'd kind of like to find out who's making it and, end them.
Yeah.
Or at least have a stern talk.
Sounds like
Yeah,
a great
solid.
idea.
Okay, then maybe
Yeah.
it does make sense for us to part here, and we'll try to figure out a way to infiltrate the spiral cavern, and you can go and do all those important things.
Okay, we could also wait for a bit. I mean, if you guys want some support, we're not in a rush.
Okay.
All right. Yeah,
Yeah.
just stay safe.
Okay.
Like if someone's coming around, get out of here and find
Okay.
someplace else to hang out.
Yeah, we'll hang around for a bit.
Purple fireworks again?
That's the one.
Purple fireworks are a signal. If we need some help or want to draw your attention someplace, you'll see some purple stuff up in the air.
Fairy fire, probably, right? She says, looking at Zay.
Sure.
Yeah, it's the only kind of fireworks we have.
My dancing lights don't really look like fireworks.
Hmm.
They're just a gentle purple glow.
I'd have to fire something and then throw it. Would I not?
How did you do it last episode?
You coated a phylactery in it?
Yeah, I
then
coated
dancing
something, then
lights
it
were floating around
exploded.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
There's disco ball effect.
Yeah, but the phylactery didn't explode. I'm not going to ask questions.
Had a couple
I just-
dents in
it's-
it, I know that.
Yeah, it worked.
It's still in great shape, too.
Yeah.
Very well functioning.
What was it? I coated something in it and then that thing
Yeah.
exploded. I can't remember.
Do you guys want to rest before you move any
Yeah,
further?
what
Nah,
a
I'm
fun
good.
idea.
Let's camp.
No, I'm set.
Curious. So what does camp look like? Any accoutrements?
I
You guys
set
have a
up
lot of options. That's
a
nice.
hearth of moonlight and
Ah.
shadow
I make dinner.
where we have total cover. We have +5 stealth, +5 perception. Our fire is not visible. And that we can be very restful.
Is it? We were sailing into the sunrise, so is it daytime still?
Right now it's like noontime, yeah, or a little afternoon.
I guess I'm going to rest until the sun goes down, and then if depending on what we're doing, if we all are ready to go, I can go with the group. Otherwise, I could scout ahead and try to see what I can find about the mouth of the cave. But I would wait till the darkness before I did that.
Okay.
So is this a long rest?
That's what we're
You tell me.
discussing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I am
Yes.
completely out of spell slots.
Okay, let's do a long
Zero.
rest.
Yeah. Long
sounds
rest.
great.
Long rest it is.
And I get 0 back in a short rest.
And we're back. And so this is, what does the thing look like that you created, Zay?
It's moonlight and shadow, sort of maybe sunlight in this case, sort of obscuring, like just making it difficult for us to see. It's providing cover.
Okay.
A dappled twilight fog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can just, put out a bedroll or whatever. We don't have to do any special
No.
hiding or anything. Okay, cool.
No.
Nice.
I mean, I can do my tortoise shell as a ritual if I take the time for it, but I don't need a spell slot for it.
we got lots of time.
Great. I will hang out and think turtly thoughts for an hour until we get a tortoiseshell.
Mobile camper.
Cool.
I'll stand guard while she's chanting.
Okay. So, Lark, you said you wanted to head out early to scout around?
I'll wait until if I'm scouting, I'm going to go when it's dark.
Yeah, so it'll be towards the end of the long rest.
Yep.
You can peel away early.
I'll put on my I'm going to put on my night goggles, and in the dark, I will sneak up to the mouth of the cave, see what I can find out.
Roll stealth, please. And perception after that.
I did not screen my dice, so I don't know which one I should be rolling.
Good luck.
I forgot.
Oh, no, it's really a game of chance.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy. 23.
That's pretty good. And perception?
Perception is going to be 13.
Okay. You are completely unnoticed.
Can I do investigation instead of perception?
What are you looking for specifically then?
Okay, I'm looking for how this mouth of the cave is potentially guarded. Like who's there, how are they armed,
Yeah.
who's right inside. Like I just want to see if we go in, what are we going to find?
Like taking an inventory, a stock of
Yep.
what the guard is.
Yep.
Okay. Add your intelligence or your investigation modifier.
So then my investigation would actually be an 18.
Okay. So you are unnoticed as you creep around the mouth of the cave and get your feel for the environs. And you get the sense that it is much more heavily guarded than it has been in the past. It's not just a couple of kobolds or a couple of guards. There are clearly magical runes on the ceiling, on the floor, maybe further in. There are, there's, what's it called? Not scaffolding, but...
Trellis?
No, like on the ground, like the spikes coming up. What's the word for that?
Punji pit is what I used to call it as a kid, but I don't think it's that anymore. I don't know.
Like a
Trellis.
facade. There's a... It's a castle term. Anyway,
Murder hole.
A defense sort of thing with the spikes.
like a palisade. Yeah. Palisade walls.
We
there's
get
those.
We get hung up on
Going in,
things.
there are many layers to keep people from getting in, essentially, through
Okay.
this hole, as well as several guards, possibly some of them spellcasters.
How many total guards?
You see about 12
Great.
on the outside.
I will also take note of the runes as well as I can remember them,
Mhm.
and then I will bring all that information back to the group.
Hmm. You do, as you're leaving, also, there's like a large patrol of maybe 20 that kind of makes its way back in. So they're fanning out into the woods, looking around too. And you guys might have caught a bit of that too while you were resting, like seeing a large group pass by nearby without noticing you. So
Which faction do we think these belong to?
well, Lark, you would have seen that they definitely are wearing, looks actually kind of like Zentarim regalia. Black leather, black plate, as well as a couple of dragon cult masks. They're sort of intermingled. But they're all wearing masks of some kind, or head adornments of some kind.
Are they the dragon masks again?
Some, like the dragon cultists, but also like the Zentrum have their own masks.
I wonder what happened to Bronk.
Yeah, we didn't even think to go back and look for him.
Oh, I'm sure they're taking care of him.
Yeah, sure.
He's somewhere.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Hmm.
Well, we still have our dragon masks and cloaks on, right? Even Zay got one in the end. Oh no, you gave yours to Zay. You have
and
the
I've got
dragon
the
mask.
magical one.
I will say, you also maybe, as that patrol came in, you noticed that they were checking each individual patrol member very carefully. Identification,
Oh, man.
mask off. Like, security is heightened right now.
They
Man,
must have a VIP in there.
They know they've been infiltrated in the past, and they are trying to do better.
Well, good on them for learning from their mistakes.
Mhm.
So the last time you were here, you went in this front door,
yeah.
essentially. Okay,
Yep.
and you came out the moon hole.
Nope.
How did we get out?
Just through the door, I think.
I think we
Came
ran
back-
away.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. You buddied up with the guard, I think, and then kind of walked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a hugging contest and made our way out.
You made a diversion too, I think, which helped.
Sounds like us.
Can we do like what's the kind of diving where you dive without a parachute, like for military infiltration at
Halo.
night?
High altitude, low opening jump. A
Yeah,
halo jump.
we could do a halo jump
Hell diving.
down, or hell diving through the moon hole.
Yeah.
I don't know that one.
Before
where you just
they
drop.
see us.
You need those
No,
little,
you
like,
do it at night in the darkness without a parachute. You just fall straight down.
Oh,
need those like sugar glider bat wings.
I have night goggles and you have night vision, so we could
Not it.
buddy up and it would work out. Like this would be flawless, you guys.
If
There'd be
only
no-
we had the jammer helm.
Oh man!
It's doing good work.
But also they'd hear the guitar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It is a calling card.
I'm fine with a halo jump.
As you guys are looking at each other, a bit nonplussed, like, oh my, how do we get through this? A small kingfisher sails like up into your camp from a creek nearby, and sort of alights near your fire, and then wild shapes into an elven woman, whom you recognize as one of the members of the Circle of Dusk that is in this cryptwood. And she addresses the four of you and says, "What are you doing here?"
We're SWOJ.
I know.
Oh. Well, I mean, then I thought that would maybe answer your question.
Oh, I see. It's supposed to speak for yourselves. Okay, cool.
We need to
So
get to the.
you're gonna save the day?
We need to get to the Concord Crystal.
Okay. It's extremely heavily guarded.
Yeah, we're learning that.
Yeah, they just put Amphail to the torch essentially this morning. I don't know what's going on, but they're definitely, things are ramping up in there.
Jeez.
What's the secret way in that all the druids from the Circle of Dusk use?
We don't go in there.
Oh.
No.
How is your grove? Is it still intact?
Yes, for the most part.
Oh, good.
We keep it hidden.
Do you know if the crystal is in there?
She says, I saw a bright flash of light last night coming from the hole in the mountains. I don't know what that means, though.
Hole in the mountains.
The one that the moon shines through?
Oh, the moon hole.
Yes, that one,
Yeah,
probably.
just checking. I didn't know if there was another cave somewhere.
No, it's a very distinctive round hole in the mountains that opened up a couple weeks ago. That one? That
Yeah,
hole?
we call it the moon hole.
Moon hole.
That's what we call it, too.
Oh, nice.
Interesting. Anyway, I'm here on behalf of Neverwinter. We've been reporting back to the council over there
Oh, nice.
about actions here. As far as I know, they have a force ready for you. They've been marshaling over the last week.
Oh, like we were supposed to go. We were supposed to go to Neverwinter and not here.
What?
Nothing.
She says, no, I just know they have a lot of resources available for you there if you're trying to get in. Maybe they could back you up with equipment or other stuff.
Great. That sounds like a great idea. That's good
Several days from
intel.
now.
But we'd get more experience if we went by ourselves.
That's
Almost
true.
certainly.
Yes.
If we were successful. Just so you know.
Which, of course, we would
of
be.
course we
Yeah.
would be. Why
What-
wouldn't we?
What are these caveats about?
We've made so many good choices over the years.
Okay. Well, we're fully rested. Thank you very much, sir,
I
ma'am,
didn't write her name down. I have to go back in my notes.
Druid.
She doesn't
King-
go by name. Kingfisher, you can call
Kingfisher.
Thank you, Kingfisher. So it sounds like I have an idea. What if we take the dragons back to Neverwinter, or at least part way, and meet the marshaling forces and come back with them? Like the dragons are still here.
That sounds legit.
Yeah, and just swarm the moon hole.
We have more options with them than without them.
Yeah.
We're
That makes sense.
sneakier without them.
That's our distraction.
The Kingfisher says, that makes sense. I did see a massive bony dragon fly into that hole this morning too, so
Ew, gross.
That's fine.
whatever's going on there, it sounds dangerous.
That's a clog, and we're gonna get that out of your moon hole.
We don't like that dragon.
Yeah, we're plumbers now.
You're amazing.
I
She
think
can't tell if you're crazy or like really, really just that capable.
excellent. So that sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
I like this.
Do we remember, does the Concord crystal seem like something that could fit a dragon inside of it?
It was
Maybe
good
one
sized.
small dragon. There was
We were
room
all
enough
right.
for us to bounce off inside the
Mhm.
walls, but
Uh-huh.
I am not asking a dragon to suck it in so they can get into
Yeah,
the
no.
jewel.
and remember when we were trying to bring the war refugees up, we could
Yeah.
only do it like 10 people at a time. So
Yeah.
Oh, that's
My
right.
It
concern
was more
is-
than 10, but yeah.
The Dragon Lich and Amalia are going to take it, and then it will be there rather than here.
Oh, it's definitely too small for the Dragon Lich to fit inside canonically.
It was made like that.
Yep, as I specifically remember that conversation earlier.
Too small for dragon liches.
Yeah.
100%.
We pondered it. We rolled a die.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Because here's the thing. If we use the Halo drop option
What do you mean if?
and the rock is just down there, we just drop through the hole. We do it sneakily enough that we don't all get killed by archers. Total element of surprise. We just swoop into the crystal and take it.
Yeah, we would have to be all together and fall directly through the moon hole and then feather fall.
Yep.
We can
Yeah.
all pop potions if they got some. Or we could just get parachutes and have a lot of fun with
We could
this.
create some distraction so the archers fire over there.
Yeah.
Then we drop through the hole.
Maybe a
And then-
maybe a distraction like the force, the marshaled force from Neverwinter.
Outstanding.
A half
Yeah.
an army,
Yep,
yeah.
love that.
Or full army. I don't know. I didn't get the full size.
Because we don't need to do much in there. We need to get into the crystal and command it to fly away
Yeah.
with our brains.
Works for me.
We're going back to meet the marshaled force from Neverwinter.
Okay. How?
We're taking our dragons.
Dragons.
Okay. Yeah, they're totally willing to take you one more leg. I think we said it's like a 2-day or 1-day flight altogether from Amphail up to Neverwinter. Or night and day, essentially. So,
But if that's. I was also thinking that potentially the Spelljammer helm had reached Neverwinter, and the forces had been marshaled because Kingfisher said they were marshaling forces, and they had started marching already south to Amphail. We might only have to fly it just a little ways to
Half.
meet them.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
I think logistically there are a couple holes in that timeline, but it's ambitious.
The size of a moon.
The
A couple of moon holes.
Let's go.
All right, you're flying northward?
Yep.
Okay. So the next day is spent flying low, trying to keep a low profile until you get around the Sword Mountains, following the river valley north, past the Neverwinter Woods, towards the city of Neverwinter. It's the next day, sort of late afternoon, twilight, when you get there. You're all pretty hungry at this point and pretty weary from riding on Dragonback. Outside of the city, you notice a few things as you're flying in. Number one, there is a substantial refugee camp outside the city gates, and they don't seem to be allowed in. There's definitely a closed door policy right now. Neverwinter's being somewhat exclusionary.
Huh.
There are many refugees outside. On the north side, on the south side, folks are trying to get into the city. Number two, the refugees, people, guards on the walls, everyone, when they see you, there's a small panic and a lot of ringing of bells. And then that's eventually followed minutes later as you get closer by cheering when they realize who it is that's flying in, that it's not hostile dragons flying in. So there's kind of all this drama below you as you get closer and closer. Also, it looks like there are 3 sort of ships, large galleons, sort of built around the docks area on the cliffs, kind of sticking up from the edge of the city wall near Castle Never. But they're like much higher than the ocean itself. So there's this cliff on the edge of Neverwinter that goes down to the sea, like 100 feet or so. And these ships are poking up above the top of the cliff, which is strange as you're coming in from the southeast. So
So are they in water or flying?
well, they're either very tall and in the water, or they are flying. Yes.
They took that Spelljammer helm and used it on 3 boats.
It's pretty awesome.
I wish we had thought of that. Then they're doing nothing but sea shanties to get things aloft and moving around.
That'd be amazing.
I might be joining a new group.
Although I kind of actually hope that they're in the water and just really tall.
Like double-decker ships.
Yeah, they're like
Like
quadruple
bus.
decker.
Yeah.
It's just a ridiculous look.
And ask Jill I point out the ships and ask her to bring us over near them.
Okay, so Jill sort of circles around the outer wall south, and then, well, from your perspective, south, and then heading north, southwest and then north. And along the cliff of the Neverwinter Harbor, you see that they're in fact built out of the cliff face itself, out of several caves and sort of military strongholds that are actually built into the side of Neverwinter. There are 3 ships being built on sort of elevated dry docks that have extended from the side of the city. And they're each very different. One is sort of shaped like a hammerhead shark. It's just long with a big kind of battering ram-like front. One is sort of like a nautiloid shell, kind of like an illithid ship, if any of you are familiar with that.
Mhm.
But not exactly. It's made of metal. And one is essentially a galleon, a straight-up wooden galleon with little fluttery control fins on the sides, very Treasure Planet-y. Just a full-on steampunk airship with kind of shimmering gossamer sails. But they all seem like they're still kind of like held up by these dry docks right now. None of them are flying per se.
Amazing.
Yeah, That's what you see as you hook around. They're all pretty big, like big enough to hold at least like 40 or 50 crew.
Nice.
I start playing a sea shanty version of I Saw Three Ships Come Sailing In.
Great. I have to ask, Ilka, are you still wearing the black dragon mask? Whatever happened with that?
I don't think I took it off. Like it doesn't, to my knowledge, it's not damaging me. I'm not taking like psychic damage
like,
from wearing it.
But days have passed. We
Oh.
went
Yeah.
to sleep.
Yeah, I'd have taken it off then because we long rested and all that.
Yeah.
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 Have you tried to attune with it? Like, are you trying to really figure out what it does or what it, like, use it? Because in a long rest, you can do one or the other. You can figure out what it does, or you can get chill with it until you can use it.
Yeah, because I was able to use it a little, but not much. So
Right.
yeah, I think I'd have spent some time trying to bond with the mask.
Okay. Like, to use it or to know what it does?
To attune to it.
Then it's no longer as overwhelming when you try it on and off. Like,
Great.
the first time you put it on, you felt this, like, draconic compulsion.
But you still don't know what it does.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
But I'm better at whatever it does.
That's right.
Or does it do?
It definitely feels powerful.
Yes.
Very powerful. So Ilka's trying on the mask on and off as you're circling around the harbor of Neverwinter towards. It seems like there's sort of there's people waving you in as you get closer to the city, towards Castle Never, not the Hall of Judgment, which was kind of the HQ before. Now they're waving you to the north side of the river, by the big tall castle that you guys climbed once upon a time.
It's not that much time has passed in game.
Yeah, like a week.
Okay. Wow. Things moving fast in Neverwinter.
Yeah, I mean things haven't changed that much aside from these sudden appearance of these 3 ships.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So I point to where people are pointing us to Castle Never, over to the other dragon. Like, just with my hand, I'm waving and pointing.
I'm just thrilled we're not going to the Hall of Justice because that was my first instinct. Like they're going to make us go there, and I'm going to have to do a trial again. And I
Right.
I'm done with them.
Yeah.
I'm done with trials.
Just a bad vibe in that place.
It was not great.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going over to Castle Never.
My dragon is always following Jill, so
Yeah,
I need
think
to.
mine was too.
Yeah.
I'm playing Christmas carols on a concertina
Mm-hmm.
about ships.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Fantasy December?
No, it's
Nope.
like Fantasy October.
Okay.
Right now.
Right, let's go
Marpenoff,
find Rainier.
actually.
By the way, that means that the Christmas carols are actually perfect. Mid-October.
Yeah, that's right.
Mid-October.
Mid-October.
It's when they start. It's when they start hitting the.
Blends right in.
Oh, dang.
The citizens of Neverember start rolling their eyes.
I mean, it's a little early. They should be still marinating in spooky music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But 15% of them are thrilled.
They kind of need this. I think a lot more of them actually are excited about it more than they want to admit. It's just a familiar thing. So you're warmly greeted at maybe 6 stories up on an outdoor kind of plaza, not plaza, a deck, I guess, a shelf on the side of the
A
castle.
landing pad?
A landing pad, essentially, as if it was installed there ages ago for perhaps griffins or dragons. Anyway, it fits young dragons, and so there's room for the 3 dragons to set down.
Sweet.
And you're greeted by several Neverwinter guards in full regalia, and they invite you to join Lord Renair Neverember within the castle at your earliest convenience. Otherwise, there
Sure.
are rooms available for you if you need to rest.
Oh,
We just
could've
rested.
rested here.
Yep.
We just traveled for a day, but
Oh,
That's
yeah.
true. Any food?
Yep.
Let's get some food and
ample provisions.
go. Munching and head on over to see Rainier.
Just grabbing like
Walking
shrimp
taco.
and
I'm ass-
margaritas.
Yeah, I'm assuming they got like finger foods along the way. Those little sandwiches with 3
Yeah.
pieces of bread.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
As
Just
we're
like the
walking
circular
along.
trays.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Lots of it.
No crust.
For all the different, important conferences and delegations that are there.
Anybody who comes in via dragon, they got finger foods nearby.
There's coffee. Yeah. Donuts.
Coffee hasn't changed in 4 hours.
Yeah. Well, it's like evening, so it's you're the only ones drinking it, but it gets the job done.
Amazing.
And,
I'm adulterating a cup of coffee and looking for sushi.
Yeah, there's some old sushi. It's still good.
Old sushi. That's
What
not
a
what you
word.
wanted to
A
hear.
lot of
Yep.
wasabi. You don't know if it's still edible, like health wise, but you've eaten worse.
That's what the ginger and wasabi are for. They're
Mhm.
supposed to kill off anything that might be lingering.
Mhm.
So I
Like-
just,
Flavors.
yeah,
Like they possibly like lathered more onto it, like midday to keep it fresh.
my sinuses are so clear.
Yeah. Okay. Well, You make your way. There's sort of the sound of construction and hammers pounding, and it kind of gets quieter as you get into the castle. And you're brought to a sort of central war room, an office, where Renair Neverember is standing over a table along with a couple aides, a couple advisors or counselors that you don't recognize. And he welcomes you in and asks you how you're all doing. What's the latest?
It's been a trip, my dude. It's been a lot.
Yeah, the Ripples arrived just earlier today as well.
Oh,
And
excellent.
they gave us an update on what happened in the Mare. But what have you been up to?
We left the mayor. Well, how extensive info do we give him?
We
went
logged
to-
a lot of air miles.
Yeah. We went down to the land of the dead and had to do some trials.
You heard about
think-
that part, but
I think I think the thing that you're going to care about is that we went to Amphale, and that city has been scorched to the ground.
Yes.
he seems very taken aback by that, and to the point of some emotion showing. And one of his advisors, sort of on the map they have, just draws a big X on the map. It's kind of somberly.
Oh,
Yeah, it's awful.
Decimated to rubble.
and they are heavily protecting the moonhole.
And they seem to have
Excuse me?
taken over the Spiral Mountain caves.
This is the cave where the Concord Jewel is held.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah. There are so many people guarding that, and there's a dragon. So Amelia Castellanter is trying to create a Dracolich, and she has this like half undead dragon monstrosity that she flew into the mountain.
Amalia Castellanter, isn't she in prison?
No, she's escaped somehow, and she's pretending to be Valia something else.
I don't
She-
think she's pretending. I think that's her
Well, she was-
priestess alias.
Yeah, well, we had to hit her with a moonbeam before we knew it was her.
Oh, yeah. So she had a disguise.
Yeah.
So she's in the Spiral Cavern, along with the Dracolich.
Yes.
And the Concord Jewel.
Yes. And we can't get in.
Oh, well, you will be happy to know that we've been very busy over the last week.
We've noticed.
Yes, we knew that you all had access to a spell jamming helm, and we received some help from an unlikely friend upstairs, he says.
The Lord?
The big guy. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
God. No, what?
Whole other
Corlith, the Star Weaver, made her way
Oh.
down from the old throne room and offered her services to us.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
Amazing.
Wait,
She-
are the ships made of webs?
In large part, yes.
That's incredible.
It let us get around a lot of regular safety measures we would have otherwise used. But to make a long story short, we made 3 ships, and they just need spell jamming helms installed. We have 2 available, and 1 just arrived, so
Amazing.
we're in good shape.
We got a ship.
What good timing.
Yes.
We own a percentage of that ship now.
I also have managed to line up about 500 soldiers and about 30 spellcasters to aid you in any effort that you might want to, any offensive or whatever you have in mind.
We need
I
to get
trust you.
through that moonhole to the Concord Crystal. That's our chief priority right now.
Can you tell us more about the airships? We noticed there were 3 different kinds.
Yes, he says. You can choose one if you'd like.
We do like. That's why I want to know more.
Yes, first he goes through his notes. There is,
Can we get like spec sheets?
yes, later.
Oh, all right.
There is the Hammerhead Destroyer, which is equipped with a large battering ram, nearly indestructible, ideal for direct confrontations and intimidating foes, boarding missions. Then there is the Ethereal Galleon, which has enchanted sails, which allow it to phase into the ethereal plane temporarily along with all of its crew for a short time mid-flight. It's ideal for stealth missions, exploration. And lastly, we built the Clockwork Kraken, which is equipped with large mechanical tentacle claws for combat, utility, hauling, many uses. Sort of an all-rounder
Is it
with big
spelled
claws.
with 2 C's, 2 K's, or 1 of each?
2 Ks both times. Mechanical.
Clockwork.
Oh,
Kraken.
yes. Yes.
5?
I think we'd like one of each.
Well, we could probably arrange that eventually,
Yes!
just for efficiency's sake.
Yeah, I suppose. Because I couldn't decide. They're all so awesome.
Well, you can take a minute to think about it,
Yeah.
talk amongst yourselves.
Well, stealth will get us back there. When it's in the ethereal plane, can it keep moving?
Yes.
So could ethereal plane and then become inside the cavern.
Or can we just sail it right to the to the Radiant Citadel? Is that in the ethereal plane?
Oh, sure.
Yes, but very, 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 very far away.
Mm.
You know, it's not like parallel to where you are.
I see.
I'm curious about the tentacles of the clockwork.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are some of the things you could do? Like, perhaps, could you grapple a hostile dragon?
I think you might be able to, for a short time, until the dragon gets very angry.
Oh, yeah, I'm assuming the dragon would have an opinion about all of this.
Yes,
Yeah.
Could you dig a hole?
certainly.
The hammerhead.
Yes.
Is that more for air-to-air things, or if you just wanted to plow into, say, a castle or a keep or something like that? We're trying to get underground, and I'm not
Yes.
sure that feature would work so well if we were going straight down into the earth.
Well, it's good for breaking through barriers if you get enough speed. But if there's already a hole, like you said,
Yeah.
then maybe it's not necessary.
Okay.
Sure, but the archers are surrounding the hole, and they'll be all smashed to smithereens by this hammerhead ship coming in.
They also
The
have
hole-
internal cabins, like you'd be pretty safe inside.
And the hole will be
each of them.
widened.
They can all come with us. We're just only going to be in one of them.
Right, unless you want to spread out.
Always
Plan
works.
is to use all three.
Always works.
I think we should take the galleon.
With the
And-
clockwork kraken? Is that
No,
that galleon?
The
The-
stealthy one.
the
The
ethereal
stealthy or the
galleon.
ethereal
the
galleon?
steampunk
Yeah.
with the gossamer sails.
And
Wait, no, the steampunk one is the kraken, right?
The Kraken is more steampunk. The galleon is more treasure planety, which, you know, it's still very steampunk, but like
But the gossamer one
not as overtly.
is the one that does the ethereal plane
Yeah.
phase shifting.
Yes.
Yes.
And when it does that, the cool thing is that, you know, it sort of loses momentum in the material plane, so you can actually shift up, down, left, right in the ethereal plane. It's more mind controlled than it is physics controlled.
I'm
So
into it.
it's useful.
And could we get something that would allow us to communicate with the people on the other ships?
Such as sending stones.
Yes.
We
Or-
have a handful.
Oh, nice. I was going to say an Ansible, but yeah, sending
A what?
stone's great. An Ansible.
Also a communication device.
Do they have those in Renaissance times?
It depends
Isn't
which
that a
version
Morse
of the
code thing?
Renaissance times you're talking about.
Yeah,
I don't know the
it's-
words, so
Yeah.
that's why you're getting this blank look.
That's fine.
I
That's-
told
that's
you
not
in
a-
the intermission I didn't read as a kid.
It's not a D&D thing, is it? I can't remember. Maybe some other thing. Scoot, which you're the sailor. Which of these ships do you think? Like, what's your opinion?
I sail water.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's Ursula K. Le Guin. Okay. So I was like, what?
What's
Sorry. I was looking up Ansible.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it's the Gwyn. I mean, it's also Amber Spyglass, and
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like we talked
It's
about.
it's a pretty common sort of fantasy sci-fi device. It
Yeah.
was,
But
Okay, I'm dumb.
who invented it? Like it doesn't actually exist in our plane.
it does not. Ansible is not a real thing. Although now that we understand weird, what's it called? Weird behavior at a distance, where you have entangled particles, an Ansible could conceivably work.
I just want to talk about this more, but
Yeah.
apparently it was Ursula K. Le Guin in 1966, according to Wikipedia.
Amazing.
So there
What
you
a
go.
boss.
So what were we talking about?
No idea.
I asked
We're
I
gonna
asked
get
Scoot
some
about
sending
the
stones.
ship.
Sending stones, yes. They have enough
Oh,
to give
yes.
each member of SWOJ one, as well as the leaders of the other two ships.
Nice. I immediately call Scoot. Hey, Scoot, can you hear me?
He gets out a basket and just passes them out to you guys.
I take mine and I go, yeah, I hear you. Yeah, but you have to say over.
Sorry, over.
Thanks.
You hear a construction
Over.
from me like, can we clear comms, please? We're trying to work down here. Or get on a different channel.
Put it on.
Over.
Quiet on headset.
Put it on my pocket. My instinct was the clockwork one because I think the utility that thing has is amazing. I'm the hammerhead. I would love it if this was ship to ship combat, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. I also don't know if it's not. It's like a bulldozer, right? It's not nimble. This is like a straightforward sort of a thing.
Very much straightforward. Yeah, think like Rogue One.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. So like it's dragon to ship combat. It's probably that function's not going to be super useful because dragons are nimble like
If the
crazy.
dragon's stationary. Yeah.
Yeah, if the dragon's dead, we can do it. So I'm fine with the stealth one. My first vote's for clockwork, but I'm not hung up on anything.
One more note. Our wizards, I don't know how it works, but our wizards guarantee us that if one of these ships sidles up close enough to that Concord jewel, it could also use the jewel to travel via some sort of shared aura. I don't know the specifics of
Whoa, nice.
Oh wow.
So the clockwork could then grab the jewel and put it on the ship too, right?
Or no matter
Maybe.
which ship we have, we're going to be able to go with the jewel to the Radiant Citadel.
Yeah, but it's cooler if it's on the ship, not if it's just clocked up against one of the ports on the side.
You would know that you've never seen anything displace one of these gems. They always are very like, this is their path, and they go on it, and nothing will stop them.
The gems.
But maybe a
Yeah, the
giant
jewel, the
mechanical
big giant
kraken
jewel.
would. Yeah.
All right. Well, then let's do the stealth.
Great. These are awesome. Thanks, Rainier.
Stealth.
Of
Stealth
course.
ship.
Thank Corlith. She was responsible for a lot of it.
Tell her thanks for us. We're not going to walk all the way back up there.
No, she's down by the docks now.
Oh,
hanging out.
awesome. We'll
Yes.
say hi.
Surprisingly talented engineer.
Get her
Apparently.
a SWOJ shirt.
I knew it was the right idea to give her that watch.
Oh, you gave her that?
I did.
She's been looking at it like some kind of a blueprint this whole time. I don't know what.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
Interesting.
What was in the watch?
It was a bunch of stars.
Oh, yeah.
The celestial something.
Yeah.
And she's a star weaver.
Yep.
Mhm.
And an engineer, apparently.
I think all spiders,
Shipwright.
all web weaving spiders must be engineers.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Just naturally.
Genetic memory type thing.
Yep.
Everyone in the room kind of pauses and just thinks about that.
What else do we need to know? What else is going on that we should be aware of?
Around the Sword Coast?
Yeah.
Well, we've been in the process of finalizing a pact. We're calling it the Pact of the Coast, an alliance of the cities of the Sword Coast against these different forces that have been acting against us. So Waterdeep's already on board. Luskan would be on board, but they've been hard to get a hold of, honestly.
Uh-oh.
And Baldur's Gate as well.
Both Luskan and Baldur's Gate have sort of fallen out of communication.
Not completely out. There's been occasional contact, but they're both dealing with their own issues right now and can't really contribute much.
Okay.
However, Waterdeep is available, and they have their own forces there. It seems like they were harried by this cult of the dragon, although in the last couple of days that has not been an issue. So maybe what you've done has helped free up that city too.
They're welcome.
He says, we have some information about their objectives based on what I've heard from the Ripples and from other scouts in the area. The large force outside of Amphale has mostly filed into the mountain at this point. We don't know what they're doing in there. They're probably using the Concord Jewel to get to the Radiant Citadel. So whether that's an invasion, some kind of sabotage. It was a lot of soldiers at one point. And now you say the city is burned to the ground, so they maybe do not intend to come back.
Oh, no.
Is there anything we could use in the form of a gas to get them to leave that place?
The Spiral Cavern?
Yeah.
Like fumigate the place?
Yeah. Like fear, like if we could use like a sense of panic or just general discomfort or stink bomb, something that would possibly.
So on a scale of like 1 to violating the Geneva Convention, what are we talking about here?
7.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like mostly a nasal passageway irritant.
Yeah, this is like wasabi for the whole body.
Yeah.
Like ragweed pollen, but very concentrated.
No, more than, well, maybe concentrated, but like pepper spray.
He says, I'm sure our wizards could come up with something, our alchemists. We don't have anything readily available like that, though. We don't use that kind of tactic typically.
I think there's a possibility when we get there, it's going to be just a skeleton crew at this point anyway.
They'll all be at the Radiant Citadel.
Mhm. So maybe if we can think about a way to prepare for the other side.
We should take 3 flying galleons. Can
Right.
can all 3 of the galleons attach to the jewel and go at once, or are we going to get there and only be able to take 1 jewel up, or 1 galleon up,
He says each of them is equipped to touch base with the jewel and connect to it.
but separately or at the same time?
If they could all fit. I'm not sure how much space there is in there for all 3.
I see. Okay.
And at this, as you're talking, you hear a sort of a rumbling outside to the west. And Renier's like, what was that? And a few seconds later, a page comes in and says, Sir, there's been an explosion along one of the dry docks. The ethereal galleon's been damaged. We think it might be saboteurs. Everybody please roll perception, quick.
11.
10.
23.
Wow.
Crit.
Nice.
Nat 20?
Nat 20. I got the D&D thing on there and everything. So
Dang.
it's 24 total.
Okay, so
I
Ilka and Lark,
perceived that like
you're both
crazy.
just surprised by the news.
Yep.
Scoot and Zay, you notice there's someone definitely just walked by you invisibly in this room, as if like kind of like circling the room and leaving again.
How good a sense do I have of where they are or where they'll be in the next 6 seconds?
Yeah, I'd like to try to
With a
follow
nat
it.
20, maybe like 50-50.
50-50?
Yeah.
I would, whatever my instinct is, where that person or whatever is, I'm just going and I'm doing a tackle.
Okay.
That's all I want to do. I just want to take them, just going for the thing, going for the ground.
Okay.
And see if
Make
I-
an attack roll.
I'm going to guide him. I think
An
it's over
attack
there.
roll. I don't know why I used that same. Okay, I'm lucky.
Okay.
I got you. That was a 3. You want an attack roll? So I got an 11. Does guidance work on attack rolls?
Oh, maybe not.
Well, it's a grapple roll essentially. So no.
Okay, so no. Okay, and you wanted an attack roll with proficiency. That'd be 18.
Okay. Also roll any die and try to get above the middle point.
Oh, all right.
High is for contact.
Oh, where's my D12?
Yeah. So 7 or higher on a D12.
7 or higher on D12. All right. 5.
5. Okay. You actually contact a humanoid figure, but they sort of like melt under your arm and past you, sprinting down the hallway. You guys can both hear them tum, 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 getting farther away, very quickly.
All right. I announced they're going that way.
What? Who?
Can anybody hear the
I
footsteps?
try to target it with fairy fire.
Oh, okay. That's a wisdom or dex save? Dex save, right? They rolled pretty well.
Dex.
Yeah. The fairy fire does not hit the target, but it does hit 2 other figures that were standing in the hallway outside still. Poof, poof. 2 humanoids. One's in a wizard robe, essentially, and a hood. And the other one looks sort of like a secret agent, bedecked with tools and knives. And the 2 of them move into the room that you're all in. Roll for initiative, please, quickly.
Oh.
Oh my God, crit fail. Well, if I'm going to crit fail, this is the time to do it.
I'm going to try to get
18.
the juju off this dice. Oh, it's on the
So
floor.
The rogue
It's
will
gone.
The
Never
rogue will
seen-
not be tanking today.
Oh, and I have an advantage.
10.
So
10.
7.
also 10.
Who has the higher dex between Zay and Scoot?
I have 12.
Oh, not me.
Zay.
Oh,
No?
I guess I have 14, yeah.
There you go. All right. Well, Ilka, you can go first. As you see, it seems like as this is all erupting in the hallway ahead of you, time is slowing down around you, and many of the people in the room are kind of like freezing in place, but you seem to be okay.
I'm going to put the dragon mask on.
Whoop. Okay. You feel powerful.
I feel powerful. Do I get any insight about these 2 other people?
I don't think so. It seems like the hooded one is working some kind of magic. That's what you can
Great.
see.
How
in
far
the
apart
fairy
are they?
fire. They are maybe 5 feet apart.
Great. I'm going to shatter them both.
Poof. Okay. Con save. They rolled a 15 and a 10. Trying to beat a 16 or what?
16, please. Yep.
Okay. The wizard succeeds. The other one does not.
Great. Where's my other 8? Right in front of me. 18 damage to the one that failed.
Mhm.
9 damage to the one that succeeded.
And the caster succeeds in its concentration check.
And the one that it failed against, you get advantage because of the fairy fire.
That's for attack roll specifically. not
Oh, okay.
saves.
Oh,
So,
sure.
do you move or do anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna run forward and hit him with my sword. If I can.
You can't attack and cast Shatter at the same
Oh,
turn. But
Brain, wake up.
It's
No,
hot.
we're just gonna Bardic at Scoot.
what does that look like?
In
It can be
this
just
moment,
like a chin nod, you know?
yeah, I'm still really rocking Christmas carols, but I think it's more TSO at this point.
Oh, Sarajevo 1224 is coming up.
Yep, that's for you.
Okay.
Oh, I feel like I need to shop at a major retailer.
Okay. The hooded figure is going to disappear in a puff of purple glitter. and reappear sort of like right next to Renair. And the room is going to essentially explode in a blast of force. Like the table's going to go flying, the guards are going to go flying, the floor is intact, the walls are intact, but just this sort of like force pulse outwards. Everyone who's close to Renair, which I don't know if any of you would have been next to him, you were on the opposite side of the table, I think.
I
think you're okay.
I chased the invisible person. Was that the opposite direction of Renair or closer to Renair?
Yeah, that was down the hallway
Okay.
out at like behind where you came from.
Same.
Okay. Okay, so essentially like the guards and counselors are all knocked flat. You guys are all okay. You do see that from a chest behind Renair, a black obsidian stone that you recognize as Rowan Crooks' soul stone goes tumbling away. And as that happens, the other one, the agent-looking one, moves in and sort of gets in between the four of you and that stone and begins to throw daggers at you. So he's going to throw at Ilka, Zay, and probably 2 at Ilka and 1 at Zay.
Rude.
So let's see. 5, a 16, and a 4. So doop. A 13, 24, and a 12. 24 hits you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Has anybody been
It's-
close to
it's
a 24
close,
in armor
but-
class
I
yet?
mean, maybe you got the dragon mask on, but no.
Does the dragon mask give me a armor boost?
Yeah, it's got an AC of
Kind
9.
You feel like maybe it
9.
could, but not enough.
Not enough.
You try to chomp at the knife, but it doesn't work. You take 3 plus 9, 12 damage. As
12.
the knife hits you and like twists on its own when it hits you.
Dagger
hurts.
damage.
Those are cool
Yes.
daggers.
And the guy seems to be like twisting them with his hand
Ah.
far away, as he kind of like takes this defensive position right next to his buddy.
You jerk.
Meanwhile, we'll say next to Scoot, from your own shadow, Scoot, this third figure rises up. And he
Oh.
recognizes the invisible one that you were chasing,
Oh,
and he tries to shank you in the back.
I thought he ran away.
He did, and then he disappeared. And whoop,
He came back to shank you.
Oh. I should have heard his night vision goggles
Yep.
clicking on. He tries to shank me. Got it.
Yes. 2 times.
Once will do.
A 24 and a 25.
Nope. Neither of those hit.
Nice.
I got an AC of 44.
Wow.
It can be done.
It's always half of my hit points.
You guys are all spec'd so much higher than me.
Yeah, we need to talk. Let's see. 17 damage
Eek.
and 14 damage
All right. I'm seeing 31.
plus 16 plus 8 plus 8.
Okay.
So 17, 14, 8, and 8.
So
As
that's
this sort of, and this time the person appears. It's like this shadow, essentially, a human shadow in shape and form, standing in the hallway next to you, next to Scoot.
okay. That was 47 damage.
Yeah. And that's their turn. Takes us to Zay.
I look over at the sparkly fairy fired fiends, and directly between them, I cast Entangle,
Okay.
which they have to do a strength saving roll against to not be restrained.
So the wizard rolls really well, and the assassin rolls pretty poorly. Again.
Against a 16.
Yep. So the assassin does get entangled. The wizard does not. It repulses it with force from its staff that has now appeared in its hand.
All right. They have disadvantage on attack and dex saving throws.
And they can't move, right?
And they cannot move. Yeah, their speed is 0.
Okay. Anything else? You also trap like the ruins of the table and many of the other strewn about people, including Renair.
Yeah,
the
and the
room.
terrain is difficult now. I cast Balm of the Summer Court on Scoot
Whoosh.
Yay.
for I think more than you were hit for, maybe
he's
17.
Oh, I took 47 points
Just
of damage.
kidding. Wait, the first one. I got you
Yeah,
back
the
for
first-
the first hit.
Maybe the second hit. I don't think the first. Thank you very much, though. That was 14, you said?
17.
17. Oh,
Yeah, almost my max.
Yeah, a 6 and a 6 and a 5. That's incredible.
Scoot, that brings us to you.
1 second. I didn't have to write an 8 that time. All right. Describe
actually, I
this person next to me.
Literally
just-
a standing human shadow
just-
next to you.
It's just a shadow?
Featureless. Like somewhat tangible. It's like, it's translucent.
Thunderstorm here in Duluth, Minnesota,
Yeah.
YouTube audience.
Whoa.
So you might catch some thunder and rain here in a little bit. All right. So I'm just looking at a shadow, a formless shadow.
Like Peter Pan.
More
Shadow.
like Dementor almost, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But not flying.
Does this seem like something I will be able to strike with my weapon?
Your instincts tell you yes.
Okay.
But they always tell you yes.
Very true. All right. Well, I think I have a trick. It's called rage. So I'm going to rage
Hmm.
first, and then I'm going to take my axe, I think, and then I'm going to hit it
Great.
with my axe, the sharp part,
Yeah.
the
swing
sharp
it.
part of my axe.
Swing it.
Thank you. All right. Which one? You did good. So attacking the shadow with an axe. 19 plus.
I think you hit it.
Okay. All right. So that was attack 1. And so 2d6 plus 5 is. So that's 11 slashing damage.
Okay.
Plus 7 fire damage.
Okay.
So 19 there. And then attack 2.
18.
Okay. I don't know math. 9 plus 8. So 17 to hit.
That will also hit.
Okay. 2 more than these. So I see 6 slashing damage and 5 fire damage for 40.
Wow. Wait, what?
Just said a number.
The
'cause I
heat.
knew-
I was like, that makes sense. Wait, no. Okay. Cool. And you just
Um,
stay put, hacking away?
yeah, I don't want to move because that shank hurt.
Yeah.
So I don't want to do that again.
Okay.
I'm going to basically be standing here facing off with the shadow, I think.
After your second hit, it sort of like twirls with the recoil of the hit and then blossoms out in pure darkness. You cannot see through it. None of you can see through it. There's an aura of darkness emanating from wherever this figure was once standing. You have no idea where he is in this dark, but you just contacted him, so you have a pretty good idea, Scoot.
Okay.
However, the rest of you, the hallway is just dark now. You can't even see the fairy fire in it.
Oh,
I still have. Okay. I still have movement though, right?
Yep.
Okay. And you can decide: do I have enough short-term memory to know where the walls were in my immediate area and
think
where
so.
my friends were?
I think so.
I would find a wall. I would do as good as I could, put my back to a wall,
Mhm.
and then I would shuffle my way towards the room where I last knew my friends were.
Okay, and after about 20 feet, you pull out of the darkness into this room where everyone else is. And you can see that the hallway itself is darkened,
Okay.
but the room itself is not.
Okay. Then I would still have 15 feet of movement. I want to get to a strategically advantageous place. I want to get near or behind somebody so somebody else has an easier fight. So if they're within 15 feet.
So,
I just want to get a position next to one of the other enemies.
okay. I think you have enough movement to get to the wizard
Okay.
and the knifey guy.
Okay. I would go the wizard.
Okay.
I just want to stand next to the wizard, and now yep.
Getting up in his business.
Yeah, personal space invader.
Mm-hmm. Takes us to Lark.
Mechanically, the guy who's entangled, he'll have to use a turn to escape the entanglement, or how does that work?
I think you can make a DC at the end of his turn, yeah.
And so he'll use his entire turn to get out if he needs, if that works for him, if he rolls to escape.
It looks like you can use their action to make a strength check to get out.
Yep, and that's his full turn.
His action. You can move after that, maybe.
Okay, or his action. Got it. All right, so I have the sense that he's momentarily taken care of. I may not have to worry about him immediately. The dude in the hall is gone. And does anyone on the ground seem like they need to be stabilized? Renair or any of the other advisors?
Possibly. Renair seems okay. They're all just kind of entangled or under rubble.
All right, I'm going to leave them for now, and I'm going to attack the wizard that the Scoot just sidled up to.
Yeah.
You can
With-
probably get on the other side of him for sneak attacks.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Although you could do it alone and have sneak attacks too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as, there's all sorts of reasons why I could still get sneak attack on this guy. So I'm going to use
Don't
both
need that
my
flow
rapier
chart.
and my dagger if I can.
Okay.
All right, so 24. I'll just do that
It hits.
one first. So that's going to be 8 plus 19, 20, 23 points of damage
Nice.
with the rapier.
Okay.
And
Very
then
good.
offhand, 7
To hit
to hit.
with 2 rolls.
Oh, it is advantage, right?
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
right here for you,
even,
buddy.
I didn't even roll the advantage the first time.
I'm talking to the wizard for you.
So that's actually not 18. Actually,
That's a
yeah,
hit,
18.
yeah.
Nice. And that's going to be 1d4 plus 2. Which I have
Did you add sneak attack too to the first attack?
I did. The first one had sneak attack. Yes. Cool. 5, 9 points of damage with the dagger.
All right.
Nice.
32 total. Very good. He doesn't look too happy about that.
He's not happy about it. I can hear it.
Yeah, he's unconscious. That was it. I got him to 0 hit points.
Sleepy.
Boom.
Sleepy wizard.
No, he's a professional. He's cursing under his breath, but totally takes it.
Professionals don't curse.
He's losing his cool a little bit.
I dance
Doesn't sound like
using my final thing. I dance out of the reach of melee, so he'll have to step to me to get to me,
Nice.
and then Scoot will get an attack of opportunity.
He's also covered in fairy fire still,
Hort.
so
Mhm.
he's like extra advantage against this guy. Okay. Well, that brings us back to Ilka then, or Ilka. Gosh.
Can I see all 3 of them?
No, the one that is in the darkness you cannot see, but the other 2 you can.
Well, I bane the other 2.
All right.
They need some wisdom.
The wizard gets a very good roll, and the entangled guy gets a 14 plus 1, 15.
Then he has a negative D4 on all attack or saving throws.
Nice. All right. Anything else?
Who's injured left?
I'm fine-ish.
Fine-ish.
Yeah.
Just the people around you then,
Yeah.
the bystanders.
Great. Then I'll bardic at Lark.
Okay.
Thank you.
So he feels all inspired and rejuvenated.
I feel so inspired.
It's a sound of like a bell tree, that kind of tinkling.
Oh, awesome. Inspiring.
Says so right on the handle.
Yeah.
The entangled dude has disadvantage on attacks or just on dex saves?
Attacks and dex saves.
Okay.
And a -4.
Yes.
He is going to try to break out of the entangling vines then.
And he's a jerk.
Do you need anything more specific about excuse me. Do you need anything more specific about Bane?
Just a minus 1d4 on most rolls,
Yes.
including strength rolls. So that's a
For 1 minute.
15 plus 3 minus 1. So he got a 17. Is that enough to break out?
Nope.
No.
I have my nature's growth staff.
Nice. Okay, then he's going to get very frustrated that he can't break out, and he's going to
I'm gonna wave it in
kind
his
of
face.
clap his hands together and like rub them, and like it sort of like blurs the motion of his hands. You can see like multiple hands at once. And in the space of a couple seconds, 3 knives come flying out at Yuze as
Rude.
well. Yeah.
Super rude.
With disadvantage. And minus 1d4 as well.
Yes.
So that's an 11,
Oop.
a 3,
Oop.
and a 3. Instead of a crit.
I'm like,
But an 11,
I've been
it's an
watching Mark.
11 plus 8, so 19.
Oh.
What?
Sorry,
Minus-
minus 4,
Minus?
15?
no, that hits me.
It does, okay. Well, then that's going to do 8 slashing damage and 6 force damage, so 14 damage. Make a concentration check, please.
He remembers those when it's on us.
I'm
Mhm.
trying to do better, you know?
You got the bane down. I'm surprised. I would have forgotten the bane right away.
Oh, the fairy fire is gone.
And, well, we also had entangle cast, which is also
Right.
concentration. So yeah,
Yeah.
Right,
which
right.
makes the fairy fire gone. Yeah.
Because you couldn't. I see.
oh,
I see.
I'm
fine.
so paying attention.
you are in the zone. Okay, the spellcaster then is going to. He's going to just jam his staff down on the floor one more time, which is going to cause a pulse of dispel magic to fill the room. So that, I think he makes a roll for. Let me double check.
The castle crumbles.
He makes a DC 10 plus the spell's level. So for Entangle, that's like a level 1 spell. So he has to be an 11, I believe.
Yeah.
He rolled a 12. So that does it. So the Entangle whoosh is gone. And then lastly, the darkness in the hallway all of a sudden blinks out of existence. You can see down the hall again. And in the room near where the obsidian shard was, the room fills with darkness. You can't even see the two agents that were there before. There's just a cloud of darkness near like where Renair used to be standing on that side of the room. So you might be in it, Scoot, since you were up in there.
Okay.
And Lark as well.
You were 10 feet away. You moved.
You danced away. That's
you
true.
moved a little bit away.
I moved away.
So you're on the periphery of it.
I'm at 5 feet away, or in the same. Yeah, it must be 5 feet away if we're talking mini stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that then takes us to Zay.
We should have asked Lil Joan for the net of binding. It's too late. I
wouldn't remember it was in my inventory if I had it. I'm being honest.
Based on where I think I last left that guy entangled, I cast Moonbeam.
Just into the darkness?
Yes.
Okay. It'll be like 50-50 as far as you know to hit him.
And the person nearest him is Lark, because he was by the
Lark
wizard,
danced
or-
away.
Oh yeah, you did. Okay.
Yeah, Scoot was near him.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it.
So you're going for the wizard or for the knife guy? Or the darkness guy?
The knife guy.
Okay.
Con.
Con save. That's a d12. He rolls poorly again. Fails with a 6.
Okay. 2d10 radiant damage. He will revert to an original form if he has one.
Can you also roll a die and see if you get above half to see if you actually hit this guy?
Oh
before you do
yeah.
damage?
So if I do,
Loving that,
it
by
would
the way.
be,
It's good.
it would be 8.
No.
I don't.
So as far as you know, you might be hitting him, but really it's just going into this dark bubble.
Okay.
You hear a sizzling sound.
Concentrate on it.
Yeah. So it stays there. Yeah, the fire is like popping out of the top of it. It's a vaulting ceiling. That then takes us to Scoot in the dark.
I'm sorry. Can you give me a sit rep?
You are in the dark.
Yeah. Last information I had, there was a wizard within 5 feet, and then at least did I see 2 other people in the room before the darkness happened?
Yeah, the wizard and the knife guy were right by you. The soul stone was maybe 10 feet behind you on the ground.
Yep.
And now there's darkness all around you.
Yep.
All of a sudden.
Gotcha.
Familiar darkness.
Gotcha. God. All right. I feel bad about this. I swear I do. I grab my axe and I yell Benthos.
Yes.
And I split that axe into 2. It's been a while since I've used this mechanic. So this is called fission. And I split the axe into 2, and everybody within 30 feet has to make a dex save versus 17.
30 feet? What was I thinking?
I don't know, but that's what you wrote down, sir. So this is the room, I'm guessing?
It is the room.
Yeah. So I'm just AoEing the room
Okay.
because I have nothing else really that I think I can do.
Okay. Shadow
So-
guy fails. Wizard also fails. And the
8.
knife guy also fails.
18 Ilka.
18 wins.
12. Oh, 12 also.
Okay. So you pass, you take half damage. It's 3d6 lightning damage to everybody who failed.
Okay. Roll it.
And I see. Oh, that was a good roll. 14. So 7 to Ilka. Do I make the save too?
That was a very appropriate sound effect.
I know,
Holy-
right? That's exactly why I
Nice.
did it. I'm like, we're in the middle of a thunderstorm and this is thunder damage. I have to
Yeah.
do this. God wants me to do this. So do I roll for a dex
No.
save too? Okay. No. So everyone in there,
Wait, can I use my bardic inspiration?
yeah, you just had to beat a 17, so it's not like it was an unknown
What do I have? What do I roll for this?
12.
A D12.
D12.
So you notice the as soon as you do that, the dark bubble dissipates
Okay.
as the shadowy assassin is knocked backwards, and he turns back into a normal-looking assassin-y type.
Yeah.
He's no longer cloaked in anything.
Okay.
But he is holding the soul stone in his hand.
Okay.
The wizard is still holding up some kind of an aura on himself,
Mhm.
and the other dude is still. No, he's not entangled anymore because he dispelled it. So he's just kind of catching his breath. He just got blasted.
So we got wizard, we got knifey guy, and we got shadowy guy.
Yes.
And shadowy guy is no longer shadowy guy.
No, but he is holding the soul stone.
Okay.
And we can see them all?
Yep.
So am I within attack of opportunity range of everybody if I move?
The wizard, I think, is who you hit
Okay.
last time.
I did, but I didn't know if he was still there in the darkness or not. So
Yeah, he would still be next to you. So
okay. All right, then I'm going to leave that area and go over to the shadowy guy who's not a shadowy guy anymore.
yeah, he'll swing at you. It's an 11 plus 7, 18.
It's got a +7 to hit.
Yeah.
Jesus, yeah, that hits.
Okay. You take 7 bludgeoning damage, halved, plus 3d8 force damage.
From the staff?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
7 plus 4 plus 5 is 16. 16 force damage.
16, so that's halved as well.
Right, so 8.
8 plus 7 was halved, and that's 4.
Yep, so 12.
12 damage total. Okay, I can easily do that. Not easily. It was a lot of. It hurt my feelings.
The staff also thunders when it hits you.
Okay,
Every time it moves.
so I've adjusted my hit points, and now I'm over by the shadowy guy.
Yeah.
Splitting the axe is my bonus action.
My bardic inspiration, by the way, was 5 additional points, so that puts me at 17. So I think I didn't take axe damage.
You
I
take
take
half,
half, which
so
is how much?
7.
7. Thank you.
7 instead of 14.
And as a rogue, wouldn't that be none? It's a dex save?
Oh,
You lucky duck.
Yes, it is because of
Oh,
evasion.
that's what you were thinking. You were thinking synergy between my best friend Lark and me.
Totally.
That's what it is. So okay, so shadowy guy, 2 swings.
Yeah, okay.
16 plus 8.
Hits.
Okay. Oh no. Okay. I'm gonna do the other damage roll now. That's a crit. We're in trouble, folks.
Yeah.
So the first one. All right. It's 1d8 plus 7. I have not used this in so long. 1d8 plus 7. So that's 5, 12. I don't know what the damage is. It's still slashing.
It would be, yes.
Okay.
axe.
Plus 6.
I'm trusting you on this math.
Plus 5. Plus 5. 5 ice. So what was the first one?
12,
12.
plus 5.
17.
17.
Yeah. Okay. So that was attack 1.
Mm-hmm.
I used my bonus action already, so I can't use my offhand.
Right.
My bonus action was splitting, so
Yep.
I can't do two-handed, but I do have a second main hand attacks.
Right.
So that's what I'll do.
Right.
And that was the crit. So this is tripled.
Fucking half arc.
1d8. So 5. I don't get the bonus on that one, so that's 15. We'll
Nice.
just go 15 slashing damage, and the ice damage is 15.
I'm just checking his HP. Okay, so 30 damage.
Yes.
Plus the first 7.
Plus the first
17.
17. So 47. 17 slashing, 30 ice.
Oh. Okay.
Because that was the crit.
Right. Okay, you almost level this guy, but he's still standing. He's like holding his wound, the gaping frozen wound in his side. Crackling? It's lightning when they're split up?
The lightning was for fission.
Right. But I
That's
mean,
what-
it does extra fire damage when it's a double axe, and it does
It's ice damage
Ice
when
damage.
it's split.
Okay.
So, because it's very cold now.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
That's what I say.
Mhm.
I say cool.
Brings us around.
Everyone in the
to
room's like, cool.
Lark. It's your turn.
Oh.
This guy's ready for
He's
you.
still
Yeah.
holding it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think seeing the damage that is, and seeing him sort of hobbling, I will leap towards that guy now and attack him. Rapier dagger.
Okay.
Can't take my XP. Go over there,
Classic rogue.
poke him with a little dinky and get it done.
13.
With advantage?
Not with advantage. Why do I keep forgetting? 23.
Yes.
.23 points of damage also.
Nice.
Very nice.
And that's my main hand.
That is enough to bring him down.
Okay.
He goes limp as the force of your stab takes him down.
Holding the stone.
Yeah, he drops it next to Scoot.
I look over. I say, "Good job, Lark."
I just feel like I got so much XP.
You look like you leveled up.
Yeah.
I throw myself on the soul stone.
Great. So you were holding it, tucked
Yeah.
in like a football player.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are the others still standing?
Wait,
Yes.
how big is it?
Like 18 inches or so.
If I could take it and run with it.
It's like one of those seeing stones out in the garden.
A rugby ball. Okay.
I'll just throw myself on it.
Human shield.
Yep, human shield.
18
noble.
inches. That's a substantial sphere.
Yeah. I might have been 12 inches last time. I don't know.
Inflation.
It's-
That's great. Inflation. Nice. It's wartime. These things happen.
That brings us back to Ilka, unless Lark has more stuff to do.
Nope.
Cool. How far am I from these nefarious?
Maybe like 10
Dudes.
feet.
Cool.
Yeah.
And they're both injured?
They're all injured to some degree. Yeah, they all just got blasted for one.
I like that. How far apart are they?
The two are only like 5 feet apart.
I'm going to shatter them again. Worked great last time.
Okay, great.
More thunder damage as long as we're still in this thunderstorm.
Yeah.
Con save. What level are you casting Shatter? Normal? Or
Normal.
higher?
Just normal.
12 and a 12. So the wizard gets a 15 and the knifey guy gets a 16.
The 15 takes the full damage. The 16 takes the half.
Okay.
11 is the full damage.
Okay. They're both still standing, but the room is just it's cratered out now. After all these repeated force blasts, where the table once was is now just ash and rubble.
I
Yeah.
hate tables and I love rubble, so I'm happy with this.
Anything else? You want to move or?
I'd like to move a little farther. How far am I from them?
You are about, I think we said like 10 or 15 feet, pretty close.
Nobody's really heavily injured.
Not enough to use an
No.
action on it. But I was going to say, how did everyone else in the room do with my laser show?
There's so much like smoke and debris all around.
But there were peoples in there.
There were.
How are they?
Probably not well.
Okay.
There's a lot of limp bodies.
We should finish this
Yeah.
soon then so we can get to them.
Yeah.
I end my turn.
Okay. And the two remaining people look around the room, surveying the damage, and their dead friend grab each other by the hand,
Aw.
and reality just twists as the door opens up below them, and they just zoom right through it into another location altogether
Jerks.
as they dimension door away.
That was a good trick.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Start
The room's
checking.
quiet.
Start checking people.
Yeah.
Start checking people.
Medically stabilize
Okay. Sorry.
those around us.
I would like to, now that this moment has passed, remind everyone that you do have Counterspell available if you ever want to use it. You might have some access to it. Maybe in the group, or do you not?
Who has counterspell?
I thought you might.
I don't.
I think it's me.
Anyway,
I have
maybe
Dispel
not. Maybe not.
Magic.
Maybe not. You have Dispel Magic.
Yeah, I
I,
don't.
thought
I
Ilka had
do not have
You do not?
Counterspell.
Okay. Never mind. Never mind. Continue. You're looking around the room, trying to help everyone.
Would counterspell shut down dimension door?
It could. That's why I ask. But
I didn't realize it was that strong.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. So it's like a reactionary spell.
yes.
Cool.
When do we get new spells?
When we get a new level.
2026.
All right. So you're looking around the room for rubble.
I want to go through the
I'm gonna
pockets of the sneaky guy too.
Check on Lark.
Okay.
Actually, no, never mind. I'm not letting go of this stone. I'm not moving at all.
Yeah. There are a lot of unconscious people in this room. Renair as well.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. I want to check on Rainier.
Mm-hmm.
I want to just make sure everyone's at least not dying. I want to get everyone to not going to die now.
Okay.
That's my goal.
Well, you all rush around doing that, and as you do so, your urgency and your heroics and the cascading actions of the last week or so all kind of collapse on you at once in this moment of tension, and you all feel like your eyes are opened and you level up.
Oh, what?
Except for Scooter, who's fell just short of XP.
My bar got to 99.2. No.
Yeah, it's too regular and it fits with the measures.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it.
Here, I'll stop it
Oh,
midway.
it just changed.
I think I was listening to a different sound than you guys are talking about.
I have different music going into your headphones specifically.
Nice.
You have the
Just
Flintstone
as weird.
soundtrack.
I think those like it's
It's all Hanna-Barbera.
Flintstones. Meet the Flintstones. What are you talking about?
Audio gaslighting.
This is just really relaxing to all of us.
Yeah.
Justin slowly comes unglued.
just too polite to call us out. Of our weirdness.
I guess if this is what you guys
Guys.
want,
You guys are musicians.
I'll be
you
flexible.
You must know what the songs are, but man,
Guess he's on a big Laugh Olympics kick this month.